The fact of the matter is, whether you've been in network marketing for years or just a few days, your family and friends have seen your opportunity and your phone is, as we call it, burnt. If you're anything like me, that's a scary thought. So the big question is, how do entrepreneurs like us, who love the network marketing profession, who no longer want to be that guy, and are tired of convincing people during uncomfortable let's get coffee meetings where they say, what's this all about? How do we market in a way that aligns us with our dream clients and expands our network of upfront and transparent professionals, allowing us to get our time back, our families back, and gain a real passive asset? People like us who value impact over income, we deserve to see our visions once and for all. Join me in this podcast where we'll uncover just how to do that. My name is Eric Sablon. Welcome to Burnt Phone Marketing. What's going on, guys? Eric Sablon here with Burnt Phone Marketing Radio, and I'm super excited. I actually have a legend coming on the show today. Her husband's name is John Lennon. Not that one, different one. But it's Monica Lennon. She's a mother of three. She's a network marketing professional. She's been in the industry for over 7 years, so she knows what's going on in the industry. She's seen some changes in social media, and we're going to touch on a few things that can amplify your business and not make you that guy anymore or that girl. So we're just going to welcome her. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
What's up? Thanks, Eric. Super excited to be here. I'm so honored.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Thanks for actually jumping on. Again, guys, don't sleep on social media. This is exactly how I found her. She's a six-figure earner, so don't sleep on it. You can get connected on social media, and I always say, stay looking for good people, because it's all about the people that you surround yourself with. I made a post today. It's about the 5 people that you surround yourself most, and then ask yourself if that's okay. So we're going to jump into the interview. Let's talk a little bit about your backstory. Tell me how you found network marketing, and maybe just a little bit of the struggle that you've gone through in the last 3 to 5 years, and then where you kind of came out.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I would be so happy to. So I was an accountant by trade. I already had 2 kids while I was doing, a full-time, career with accounting in the Bay Area. And my best friend, when I was pregnant with my 3rd child, she had introduced me to, because my best friend and I were always trying to find something that we could do that was like not taking away from our family, because she had 4 kids back then, and we were like trying to rub, our minds together, saying like, what could we do? Could we open a mall kiosk together? Maybe that would like alleviate our 9 to 5, like open a sunglass hut or something. And so we did that. We actually incorporated or LLC'd that, but we were like, what are we talking about? Like, this doesn't make sense, because we would still be the employees of that kiosk. Like we would leave our 9 to 5, but we would be, held, captive to like our time still being, brought into that avenue of earning an income. And so she found pretty much on social media back in 2012, a company that she was really excited about that she had shared with me. So we love the products. I was actually a product user when she started, so I supported her. I fell in love with the products and ended up like stalking her on her journey, and also doing some investigation on the company that she was a part of. And so I saw behind the scenes on these Facebook groups that women like myself were actually winning, like doing this weird thing that like with MLM or whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, like these people are normal. And like, it's not like one of those infomercials that I used to see in the 80s where people were making the millions of bucks, and you can too, right? And so I was just like, wait, if these people that are introverted can do it, so can I, right? And so I love the products anyways, and I was pretty much going to be an affiliate of the product, so why not like earn an income while, still doing my 9 to 5? Like, it doesn't hurt to make another $5,000 to $1,000 a month, which is what I was seeing behind the scenes on those Facebook groups. And so little did I know that like Facebook would literally blow up my business, because other ordinary women that were looking into earning that additional income too, for just posting their befores and afters, were finding that it could be an easy avenue for them to leverage their income as well. And so, for two years into that business, I was able to resign for my full-time accounting job, simply by just still being myself and, just growing it using social media and, hopping on the trainings that were on the phone while I was doing dishes and, all that. So that's how I stumbled upon, this world of network marketing. And it's been amazing so far.
That's awesome. So in 2 years, you kind of worked yourself out of the job. So I'm going to go a little bit off script right now because I think that's a big nugget for a lot of people, because I interviewed somebody recently that like went all in and then he quit his job and did that and went all in and totally had his back against the wall. So you said that you made a transition from the corporate world into network marketing full time. Now, what are like some of the nuggets that you give to the listeners? Because I know there's a lot of listeners out there that aspire to go to that full-time network marketing, but there's things that stop them. What would be like 2 nuggets that you'd give the audience, like maybe some placeholders or some tips that let them know that they're kind of ready? Because you're never always ready, but just kind of where they can make that jump, kind of like you did. So what would be some tips you'd give?
Yeah, sure. So coming into, the first network marketing business that I did, I had no idea like what this would unfold into. Like I didn't even see that scope of potentially retiring. I thought it was just going to be another avenue for supplemental income while I was working for the next 40 years. Mm-hmm. But, it's just been a gift overall because of social media. It just happened to grow the way it did over the span of the 2 years when I was able to walk away from my 6-figure accounting position. But, the expectation wasn't there until I started seeing like, oh my gosh, this is a vehicle I love. Like network marketing is like a personal development course, in a compensation plan. And I didn't know that in the beginning when I just walked into this. I thought it was just literally a vehicle for selling products and teaching teammates. But, the whole aspect of being an impact more than I could ever be, like with my accounting career, that's when I saw that, okay, I can actually step into this more full-time, even though it was still going to be part-time. But once I reached that income that matched my accounting income, I didn't quit right when it matched. Like I had to stay put. Like pretty much my husband and I had to have a talk with seeing like when it's safest to leave and why I wanted to leave. I really definitely wanted to be back home with my sons and my daughter, and really the whys of why like I even wanted to leave America, not just for the income, but what the benefits would be, in replacement for that. Are you frozen?
No, you're good.
Am I there still?
You're still here.
Oh, okay. Sorry if you were frozen. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So yeah, like it took probably 4 months to make that final leap of faith. And that's what I want to stress too. Like that leap of faith is, on the other side of that faith is maybe right. So it's uncertain when a way that people saw you like as like it's safe, it's stable, like why would you leave even if you are making that income? So I did get a lot of backlash from my mom and my my dad, but I knew like with the faith I had that like it it would unfold in a way that would allow me to give back more and impact more people than if I stayed with my 9-to-5 gig. So there was a lot of variables and stuff that I really had to consider before I left. So I wanted to just like pass that on to whoever's listening here, that like it may be scary, but if you know for sure that there's more of a purpose to you leaving and the ability for you to impact more people because of going full time with this, once you meet that income that you replaced, then just do it. I mean, the worst that could happen, that I said, is I'm not as risk averse as some people may be, but my whole principle is that the worst that could happen, if let's just say my business plummeted and it started not making as much income as my 9-to-5, like I could just go back to my 9-to-5. Like at least I still have a house that I could fall back into. I still have my family. Like the worst that could happen is not that bad. Like I wouldn't die from it. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. That's and having those placeholders and I wouldn't call it a safety net, but having that family, it really does help. So like, and that's one thing that I think that a lot of the listeners need to understand. It's like make sure you have a little bit of a fallback. Don't go like she said, 4 months. And I'm sure she wasn't going on vacation and doing all these things. She was planning for 4 months. And then, you know, you still have the skill set. So you may have to, if it doesn't work out exactly, then you may have to step back, take a little bit of humbleness, and go back to
Yep.
what you're doing to rebuild. So, you know, it's all about, I mean, it can happen. It can happen in in the corporate world where you just lose everything, or you get overlooked for a promotion, or something happens and you're already hating it, but you don't have as much control as you do in a network marketing business.
Absolutely. I mean, I've experienced being laid off a couple of times in corporate, and that was painful too. So, but I
Yeah.
bounced back up. Like, yeah.
So the one thing that I say is you did a lot of building on social media, and I know a lot of people out there are building on social media. And when we talked beforehand, you said something about how it was a little bit easier before because not as many people are in there. And I think the whole side hustle, side gig thing has really taken over with, like, you know, Uber and Uber Eats and all of these different, you know, I can make a little bit of money here. What would you say was the biggest transition from when you saw that when you saw that there was a gap, when you told me, and then the new system that you're using now, what was the big difference between, so, because it's still the same platform, but you just have a different skill set. So what was the big aha, kind of the jump that got you to, you know, where you are now? Because your customer volume and all of your growth is amazing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's what excites me. Just like comparing it to when I first started in Facebook is where, you know, I started out with my first network marketing business. And, you know, that was back in 2012, right? And during that time when we were growing our business, it was, you know, not many network marketers were like utilizing, you know, their posts and timelines in a way that they are now. And so back then it was easy to find success with the befores and afters and posting about your business, you know, these texts that people are posting about, like, join my business because of this. So people back then were interested because I don't think there was a tipping point yet in network marketing as there is now. And so, you know, I'm finding that, like, through the 6 years that I have been with my previous company, 2012 is so much different than what it is today, and how you can utilize and leverage the tools of, you know, Facebook and Instagram. Before it was okay to post all of that, and that's why my business grew so fast in 2013, 2014. It was duplicating so successfully with my team, the posting befores and afters and everything about, you know, the statistics of the business. But today, I'm finding that if you're still using that way of marketing, you know, putting the company name first and the products and the facts and the figures and, you know, all of this, it's not working anymore. It's turning people off. It's making your friends and family unfollow you, right? And so fast forward to today, like, yes, while you could still succeed in that way, it's gonna take a heck of a lot longer it's just like driving a vehicle. Like, would you rather walk from LA to New York, or would you rather find another tool that leverages that, you know, transportation time and fly there? So with a new system that, like, my team and these mentors are sharing with us to leverage social media in a way that is authentically being yourself and, you know, piquing curiosity and not raising resistance, using the simple tools in Facebook groups, like, to properly invite your prospects into those Facebook groups in a way that's not spammy, because they are interested in learning more. That's what's creating so much success for, like, not only myself, but my team is finally winning, which is amazing. Like, I've only been in my new company for 3 months, almost 3 months, but just to see the duplication again has me all fired up, because I think it's about, you know, sharing with them simple things that they want to do. Like, back then, like with my old company, it's kind of hard because once they see you, they had to do what they didn't want to do and spam their family. It's like, I have to do that to find success? No, thank you. Like, maybe I'll reconsider, like, next time if you find another way that works for what aligns with me. So yeah,
The systems that you're working on with the Facebook group and leveraging that. And I love what you said is, like, you're piquing interest. You know, in my intro, it says you don't want to be that guy. and your family and friends have seen your opportunity and you're tired of being that guy. And that's what a lot of people are creating with their Facebook page, is an infomercial.
Yeah.
And let me ask you guys, the last time you guys were watching TV and an infomercial came on, the first thing you did was change the channel. And that's what people are doing when you're spamming people like that on your Facebook, on your Instagram. If it's all about the product, then that's what you're getting. And like, I love what she said about using Facebook groups and piquing interest and inviting the right person. So I want to actually go right into, like, what does your dream client look like? I mean, who is she, or who is he? What does he look like?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. So back then when I first started, it was anyone who breathed, right? Anyone who can inhale and exhale. I'm like, oh my gosh, join my business. But with the personal growth and really gaining confidence through this journey of failing forward in this vehicle of network marketing, it's enabled me to, like you said, like, want the right person, right?
Mm-hmm.
The right person is someone who still being yourself while sharing your business. You are not your business, you're still your whole yourself. Someone who is coachable, is really wanting, and what's so awesome right now is the ability to make the business what you want. Like, I embrace people who want to make an extra $200, or maybe they want a life-changing income. Like, I'm not for, like, how some of the leaders are just like, well, if this is you and you have so much grit and you really want to change your life, then you've got to come in coachable, or you need to find another mentor who wants to coach you. No, I'm not that kind of leader. Like, I truly am. Like, I have a compassionate heart to serve the underdogs. From the things that I've been through, like, I have so much compassion and wanting to ignite hope in someone else, because I know someone breathed that into me. So I'm that kind of person who wants to help, those people who enjoy being themselves but don't know how to anymore because of distractions and comparing themselves to someone who they're not. I want to just instill that hope that they are someone and they have a purpose, like, to not have to fake it till they make it, but instead, like, they faith it till they make it. So and we have that with our team right now. It's just like people who are finding that there is a better way, but they don't have to replace their whole personality because of it. Like, that's my tribe. Like, just embrace your inner weirdo. Like, I'm all for that. Like, if you're willing to do that.
Today.
Huh?
You did that post today. I mean,
Yeah.
I was actually at an event not too long ago. Well, I was at an event with Eric Worre, and he said, one of the guys speaking said, faith it till you make it. And that was like a boom. That was like a light switch turned on. But another mentor that I was listening to said, your mess is your message, and embrace it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Like, people, like Justin Prince says all the time, dream, struggle, victory. It's like, people relate to the struggle, and that's what.
Yeah.
And then when I had Justin on, he goes, people forget about the struggle part, or they stay in the struggle part, but it's not the struggle. It's that spot between struggle and victory. That's your story. That's the big story. It's like the struggle was here, and then I made it to here and changed, and that was the victory. And that was a big,
Oh, wow.
big nugget. Like, that was mine, because I always say dream, struggle, victory. And then I'm like, he's like, no, it's that spot between struggle and victory that everybody wants to hear about.
Wow. That just gave me goosebumps. Like, that's profound.
I did the same, like, the same look that you're giving. It's the same look. I was like, whoa, that's true.
Yeah. Total revelation.
Yeah, total revelation. So
Yeah.
you've been in the network marketing industry since 2012. And I ask this question all the time. What would be the one thing that you would have told yourself 12 years ago when you either clicked the button, signed the document, did whatever? What would be the one thing that you would have told yourself that back then, right before you signed up for network marketing, that would have scaled your business faster?
Yeah. It would be to take imperfect, consistent action.
Wow.
Like, take life as a test, like, test everything. Like, nothing's going to be perfect. The more you're failing forward and taking imperfect, consistent action, the more you're going to get results, right? It might be like, I don't consider failure as a result. Like, it's just a result that you're getting each time. So whenever you're collecting those results, it's better that you're getting a result than no results at all, because
Right.
that leads to stagnancy and decline in your life. Like, it's no wonder majority of the population is depressed, because they're just so conditioned to not play big and play small. But when you start taking imperfect action every single day, whether it's going out there and just like smiling big at the world and doing something silly, like just to get out of your comfort zone, that's when like the confidence starts happening, like confidence to even do more. And I never had that vision of me actually impacting someone, when I was an accountant. Like, I thought that was it for me. Like, but the more I learned to just fail forward and just say, you know what, screw it. Like, this might inspire someone. Like, I'm all for impacting one person every day. That's when my confidence grew. And that's when my heart to impact the underdog grew. So if that's not you yet, like, trust me, like, that's going to happen for you once you start taking that imperfect action.
And one thing about imperfect action is, like, well, like we talked about in this podcast, all of you guys know that, oh, you may or may not know, but this is a one take Jake, like one shot. That's all we do on this podcast. And that's why it's kind of real. That's kind of, it's kind of here and there, but it's very consistent. So it's one take Jake, but it's here every single Tuesday or every single Wednesday. We always launch the podcast. So you'll always be able to see it there. So that's one thing that I found is, once I decided that I'm just going to continue to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. It's like the compound effect. It just goes, and then it compounds and it compounds. And if you want to start and stop, that's great. But starting and stopping is never going to get you anywhere very fast. I mean, it's boring and it's long and it's tedious. So
yeah. And then doubt creeps in, then you just throw in the towel all in all.
That's true. So I know you're working on your network marketing business. And where can the audience find you? Because I'll make you a landing page. It's going to be www.burnfulmarketing.com/Monica. So
Oh, awesome.
your own landing page, and it'll have the links to the podcast, but it'll also have a link to get to know you, or whatever offer you're giving away. If you're giving away offer, if you're doing like give, get, model, if you're doing anything like that for you, it'll actually link to that for you. You just need to tell me where it's going to go, and we'll do that for you at Burnful Marketing. So we'll take care of you on that.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
No problem. And they can all find you on Instagram and Facebook, right?
Yes, Instagram and Facebook, just monicallennon.com.
Okay.
And Instagram as well. It's the same thing.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. So the last thing that I want to ask, well, actually, we talked a little bit about social media. I kind of want to go back to that. What's one tip that you'd give the audience to help them grow, get a little bit more interaction on their Facebook posts? I mean, would you say video? Would you say, I know you're doing a video challenge, and what would you say, video? Would you say a post? Would you say, what would you say, like a nugget that someone could take into action today, like apply tomorrow, and then have a little bit more interactions on their Facebook page? Because some people like post something and one person says something and they're like, well, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. So one tip, it's the 4 E's that, if you can remember this, like, everyone on social media is in it for themselves. They want to be entertained. They either want to be empowered, they want to be educated, or they want engagement, right? So if you can follow those 4, you can switch it up every single week, like every day, like when you're posting, just think of the 4 E's that I give you, right? Like, be yourself. Like, people love entertainment. Like, what can you post that can relate to them, that's super funny? Because most people, they're not posting that. Everyone on social media is bored, right? They want something entertaining, but they also want to be educated, right? You see all these inspirational posts popping up, like, add some value to that, like, but make it your own when you're posting those images, right? And then empowerment, engagement, show them that you're someone who is all about, as a person, especially if you're in network marketing, this is personal development. But most people who are watching you are probably not in network marketing and don't see that. So if you could be that person who can ignite that in them, then you'll be their like freaking superstar. Like, once you start showing up consistently with that. And then engagement is, saying, like, I have to engage with at least 3 people every single day, whether it's just giving or saying a hi or telling them happy birthday. And because, Facebook is a platform for also giving. Like, what are you giving out there without expecting anything in return? So engage, like someone else's post, let them know you're grateful for them adding value to your life, and then you'll start building relationships. It's a connecting world, right? So if you follow those four using, your posts, Instagram stories is huge, Facebook stories, it doesn't matter. Just start using those and you'll start getting a lot of, people who are interested in you. So it's be interesting first. Or be interested first, and then people will start being interested in you.
Man, I know your mentor.
Who? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know your mentor. Okay, so the last question, I'm sure you've been on stage or you've been presenting in front of people, and I love to ask this question. I changed it up from before, but it really helps it's cool because it helps my guests a little bit more than it helps anything. I call it the mic drop saying. When someone comes to watch you, see you, listen to you, do anything, Facebook posts, from stage, from a Zoom call, from anything, what is the one mic drop thing that you want everyone to take away from your conversation? If you're presenting, if you're doing any sort of business-like thing, what's the one thing that you want them to take? Like, what's the mic drop for Monica?
The mic drop for Monica.
The mic drop phrase or saying for Monica.
Man, I don't know. Dude, this is hard.
I think you wrote it. You wrote it when you sent it to me.
I did?
Mm-hmm. It's about introverts, and building. You literally wrote it. Because I think it has a lot to do with how you came out of the business. You literally wrote, I help coach introverts build a widely successful business while growing the confidence and skills and not having to be someone they're not. That's
so crazy, because that's exactly what I was going to say about if you're having to be someone you're not, then you're doing it all wrong. Like,
so yeah. Boom, mic drop.
Mic drop. Whoa, now you created one for me. That's awesome.
Give. That Grant Cardone says it. Give. Always be giving. Always be trying to inspire. Always trying to help people. And I think you did it. I thank you for this interview. It was a phenomenal interview, guys. Like I said, always listen to the full outro because I'll be giving away a network marketing summit. In fact, her mentor is on that network marketing summit, so you will be able to see it. Go ahead and go to www.burnphonemarketing.com and we will get you that summit. It'll help you out. Also, like I said, we'll always do a landing page for Monica, so you'll be able to find her, whatever she's doing, wherever she's at, there'll be links for that. The last thing, guys, I appreciate you guys. I love adding value to all of you guys. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Burnt Phone Marketing Radio. Thanks, guys. Hey, thanks for listening. Please remember to rate and subscribe. I know it's hard to find people to pitch or talk to when your warm market dries up. So what do? When I first got started, I took off like most of you did. Then you started to get that feeling of being that guy. Me too. So to help you from hitting that brick wall, I've created a summit with the top 10 network marketing professionals. For you, 100% complimentary. Yes, it's free. I want to start off by building an amazing relationship with you. So no matter if you've been in the industry for years or you just got started, this summit is for you. So go to www.burnphonemarketing.com and get your complimentary network marketing summit. Again, that's BURNTPHONE marketing.com and get access to this phenomenal summit. There you are going to find 3 keys to building a solid network marketing business. Number 1, belief. Number 2, strategy. And number 3, action. So to get access, go to www.burnphonemarketing.com and get your complimentary network marketing summit. Again, that's burnphonemarketing.com.